Good afternoon, everyone. Today, my colleagues and I will be talking about our new startup business in the field of barbers, especially with our new services of a house-to-house haircut. First of all, we need to start analyzing the barriers to adoption in the UAE, which are, of course, fundamental to take into consideration. The first barrier is the cultural one, and with culture we mean we need to establish the service and discover whether people are willing to pay for this kind of services, which of course is not really popular in the East. Then we have to analyze the legal aspect, because we need to make partnership with someone resident within the country, because Sheikh Mohammed made the rules instead of cutting taxes. He established the rule that foreign investors need to make a 51% partnership with someone resident within the country. And finally, we have economical barriers, because we need to pay customs for import from Europe of the products in the country. Then we have to move to analyze the team skills required. And there are basically three main points, which are innovation, mobility, and licenses. With innovation, we mean a new barber's technique applied in the shortest time possible. Then mobility, we need our workers to move around in the shortest time possible in order to make as much cut as it possible in a day. And then finally we have the licenses, because we need licenses to exercise our activity outside our commercial institution, and to carry around also dangerous materials such as scissors.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the pricing strategy. We think that the one-price-fits-all strategy is not ideal for a service like Mr. Clipper. This is because we think that price is directly linked to quality. That means that the higher the price of the cut will bring a higher satisfaction to the customer than that of a lower price. That's why we need to, if we want to reach as much customers as we want, we need to vary the prices in Mr. Clipper. Having said this, we also need to have the transportation fees flexible, because as a customer, one could be discouraged to see that he needs to pay a mandatory fee even if the barber only walked 2 blocks away from his home. So our propositions will be to make flexible prices so more barbershops can be included into Mr. Clipper services, as cheaper barbershops can now work through this service, as well as people who are looking for lower prices or even higher prices can look for the service they want. Also, we propose referral programs in order to help expand through the country, giving incentives as discounts in their services. Also, loyalty programs, giving incentives to people to keep using this service. As an example, after the 30th cut, they can get the 31st one with a discount. And family bundles, where if I, as a parent, have 2 children with me that want to have their hair cutted, they can have a discount with the transportation fees, since the barber won't be needing to transport to another place. That's our proposition, and I'm going to hand you over to my partner.
Yes, exactly. This proposition will generate those revenue streams. Mainly those revenue streams, as said before, will be established by the application of our proposition with our partners. For example, we want to establish partners with hospitals so that we can cut the transportation cost, providing the service on place. And in that particular day, for example, we can just book orders for people that want to be cut their hair just in a similar hospital or in a near its own. In addition, we also want to establish partnership with schools, for example, because schools, and especially kindergartens, the children are very approachable, and it's very easy to get into the families through them. That will allow us to actually enter in contact with the household. This also will generate a very high amount of revenue, as you can see, not in the first year, because in fact, actually, in the first year, the net profit will be very low for us, but in the following years, with the application of those partnership with also other countries outside the UAE. In addition, we also want to partner, for example, with companies, because companies have a very high concentration of workers in just one place. This will allow us again to cut costs. But that will not also be the only possibility. For example, we can have partnership with services already very well established, such as Deliveroo or Uber Eats, in order to combine the service and to provide on a same platform online some products that will satisfy the average customer. In addition, we also want to establish partnership with private clinics. This is also another variant of hospitals, and again, this will generate very high amount of profits in the following years, as you can see. But also we have to consider the cost, because the cost will increase proportionately with the revenue, and so we have to make sure that the actual advertising cost for entering partnership with all those partners will not exceed the actual revenue. So moving on, now we will analyze how we are approaching and how we are talking with those partners.
We need to advertise and market ourselves so that our existence to other companies will be transmitted. When past this stage, we need to establish a contract for where the separation of the profit will be provided. With this, I mean that when a barber is called for duty and completed his service to the client, the money would be given to the company. But then the company would give a small percentage to the barber itself and for us, which for connecting or being intermediaries between the company and the client itself. After we will research for new companies that can provide barber equipment to us, such as Gillette, L'Oréal, Garnier, and so on. With this, and the plus for this is that our companies, which we have a contract with, will have free barber equipment materials, in which case I'm sure the companies will be very happy to hear. The next step will be that when we're very popular, we will cut our expenses for advertisement and marketing, which will give us more money. And when famous other companies will search for us and not us for them. We will help. In advance, we will have more manpower, and so more reach to other zones except Dubai. Thank you.
These partnerships cannot be achieved without proposing our value to these strategic partners. And what you can expect from these value propositions to these partners is that we aim to increase the revenue of providing invaluable data for future capitalization. In essence, we just want to help our partners also earn money along the side. Now, we've broken down the proposition into 6 main points. Through indirect marketing, direct marketing, increase in revenue, innovation in the market, revolutionized feedback, and active demographics analysis. And this is what we offer to our partners. So with indirect marketing, this includes just the barber shops that send out their barbers to do the haircuts through Mr. Clipper. With indirect marketing, these barbers represent your barbershop, and through that, when the assumption with the quality haircuts that we provide through Mr. Clipper, your barbershop gets marketing and exposure through that. With direct marketing, this would have to refer to what was previously said by my colleague, like Deliveroo and Uber Eats. These companies are able to throw in freebies as a package deal for our clients that use Mr. Clipper so that they can have a more fruitful experience with the whole haircut process. Not only just having haircuts, but also dining with some food that they choose beforehand. And with an increase in revenue, that's what we provide all of our partners, as this is the assumption as we provide the marketing, whether indirect or direct, the exposure that the companies get is invaluable, and that increases revenue. Innovation in the market, because this is a new market that Mr. Clipper is penetrating into, and this is an opportunity that companies should take, as it is enticing and very new. Revolutionized feedback and active demographics analysis are able to provide our partners with invaluable data that allows them to capitalize on this, as they can attune their own services for example, pricing models, whether to price them more lower or higher depending on the typical customer that we receive.
You can see we have a difference between the countries that we want to implement our service. First of all, the United Arab Emirates are a very high purchasing power per person, as well as disposable income. This will allow us to adopt the price scheme strategy in order to penetrate this market. As well, we can do it in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. However, we have to consider that, for example, in Oman and in Bahrain, we have to adopt another strategy. That is the price penetration. So we need to enter with a lower price compared to the market, and this will be done progressively through the years. You can see here, for example, in year 1 we'll just operate in Dubai. In year 2 we will expand in all the United Arab Emirates. Year 3 we will actually expand abroad if we only consider United Arab Emirates, and this will allow price adjustment in the internal market. And then we'll continue our expansion plan. This will allow us to establish very strong partnership, will allow us also to build a very strong brand. But what we'll also like to suggest is that, these are the plan. The plan is profitable, as you have seen before, and it's explained even in more detail in the report. But what's important, as we have said before, is the value that we deliver to customers. So if the actual performances don't align with the plan, we will recommend just focusing more on performances, improving them in the countries that they have been already implemented on, and then moving on to expand and in order to follow the plan, and whichever plan actually we choose. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, please let us know.